Alright YouTube, this is going to be a quick and dirty video. So we got two cases of 5.7 by 28. The one on the right, as you can tell, has a deformed lip on it. That is a very common problem when reloading the 5.7. The issue is the shell holder only contacts that very little outer rim and puts all the pressure that is going upwards from the shell holder onto that lip. Now normally if you don't rotate the round, it looks like a horseshoe. That's why it's called horseshoeing. Now this one, on the other hand, as you can tell, is not damaged. You can see the lettering and everything, and I've been playing with different ways of doing this. My final one and the easiest way is this shell holder. I know it's ugly, it's dirty, whatever, I haven't cleaned it up yet, but this is an RCBS, and the reason I used an RCBS shell holder is they make theirs out of stainless steel versus cast iron like other manufacturers, so it's easier to weld. What I did is I measured the interior of the primer pocket, or the primer hole, which was 0.255 inches. I took a piece of 304 stainless, turned it down to 0.0252 inches. So technically I cut it to 0.0257, but that's because it was hot, so I knew it was going to shrink. And had a very tight fit. Sanded it a little bit too. Was just barely tight enough to, hammer down in there, and I made a little proud. Then when I was done, I flipped it over. I know it's ugly. Once again, this is my first one. TIG welded it, filed it flat, so we'll sit back into the RAM. Then I took a file and I filed it so it sits completely flush with the rest of the shell holder. And by doing this, instead of having all the pressure on that little tiny outer lip, it now puts the pressure on the entire casing minus one little tiny lip that sits on the little journey right there where normally you have that open. Now this is a good thing to do if you buy a spare shell holder. You can buy that piece of rod, or you can contact any shop and have them do it to the size that you need. Measure yours, because obviously machining can be different with manufacturing. Have that done, put it in there, and you can braze it. You can use some high temps sealants. You can use whatever you want to hold it into place, and your brass will go from the one on the right to the one on the left. As usual, questions, comments, or concerns, leave them in the comment section.